Hey guys, you're watching One and Only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Trees on Fire of Let's Build a Nether Castle, episode 22. We're going to be starting on upstairs today, and don't worry, I have a plan of all the rooms. We'll be going through that in a minute. You guys sort of like the look of this better than the cobblestone walls, but I think we are going to try quartz slabs just for the start here. That also means we can get rid of this string. I know you can't see it that well. But we can get rid of it and place them down here. Yeah, that will look better, won't it? We all know that that will look better. Trouble is, you've got to shift click on these ones. Let's just do a little bit. Just do the sort of amount that we had before. Shift click. There we go. Just do this bit, just to make sure that we like it more than anything. And then along here. Oh yeah, we can do like that. Ha ha ha. That saved a little bit of time. I think this will look better than the carpets. It's a little bit thicker, a little bit more meatier. Yeah, that looks so much better. If we had that running all the way around the outside, you can see how much that looks better than that. Yeah, I'm very, very pleased. And from this side, you can't really see over it anymore. You can see through it. But it's not designed for people of our size. It's designed for evil monsters and such. But anyway, let me go through the ideas with you for upstairs. Obviously, coming straight off the back here is going to be the master bedroom. Instead of doing a bed, well, I'm not going to talk about that. Okay, we're not doing that today. But we're going to have a master bedroom here. On this side, these are the prison cells. So we're going to have a prison here, and then on this little end, a torture chamber. Okay, where we're going to try and build some sort of torture devices somehow. Not quite sure yet, but we'll figure out some sort of torture style things. And then on this side, we're going to have the barracks for where all of the guardsmen are going to sleep. So basically a load of beds and stuff like that, with maybe a little bit of foot lockers and stuff like that. And then down here is going to be a training room to train up all of the soldiers. We're running out of night vision potion. I don't know if we'll need it. We'll let it run out and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, today we're going to work over this side on the prison. It's going to be... Ooh, no, I do think I want... yeah, it's a little bit dark. So I tell you something that... Oh, that's not the right one. I tell you something though, guys. I just recorded a theme park episode that will be coming out... tomorrow, I think. If you guys want a laugh, if you guys want to hear me having a bit of a rant and a rave, I highly recommend watching tomorrow's Let's Build a Theme Park episode, because I go on quite the rant about a new TV that I've got. Okay, so it's just like a little plug for another series there. But it's gonna be interesting. The whole episode is just me ranting. But anyway, we obviously need a stone floor for the cells. I don't think a clay one would be that good of an idea. And then what we can do is bring out the cells to like this. They're actually quite large cells. They're bigger cells than what I usually do when I build prisons and stuff like that. I usually keep them about that size, I think. Like they're very, very small. These quite substantially sized. And then, I don't know exactly where we want the door. Let's just put these walls up here. All the way. We might as well do it square. Like this. Well, that it would be so much quicker. I only have that on the Simpsons series, though. Another series plug. Maybe this episode I should just plug all of my other series. Go watch this one. Go watch that one. Watch them all. Alright. And there. How about you? 3 more. This will be good. This will be good. What other things would we have in a prison? We obviously need a desk for the prison guard, the prison officer. His job would be to keep an eye on them, maybe to take them out of their cells and hand them to the guy who runs the torture chamber next door to get information out. Maybe, let's think of a bit of a story of why maybe they would want to torture villagers and such that would be in here. Let's say that Steve lives in the overworld, and he's obviously the biggest threat to the Nether. And how do I want to do this? Do I want to use an iron door, or maybe acacia doors? They look like rusted metal, you see. They might look better than iron doors. They can be opened by hand as well, which I sort of like. You know, you could lock them with a key or something like that. Yeah. Trouble is I don't think that iron bars... Where are they? Hold on. Iron bars. Yeah, they leave this stupid gap. I hate this gap that you get around them. So maybe we'll have iron bars along the top there. Yeah. Okay. So Steve, he lives in the overworld. He's obviously the Nether's biggest threat. He comes into the Nether. He kills zombie pigmen. He kills ghasts. You know, he kills everyone. He's a threat to Herobrine himself. So they need to track him down. But they can't find him. You know, Steve is too good at building bases. Underground bases like the one in Zonocraft. There's another plug. And so to try and find Steve, they capture villagers from nearby villages that they find, asking, you know, have you seen him? Do you know where he lives? And they say, no, we don't know where he is. Obviously, the villagers aren't going to tell Herobrine and his evil guards where their best friend Steve is, who makes them villagers and stuff, which I do. So they're not going to say anything. That's a really cool facade for a prison. I really like that. So they then put the prisoners in these prison cells to try and let them think about the what they've done. This bed looks a little bit too comfy for a prison. I think I'm going to go... Oh, we haven't used these. You guys have been asking me to use these, so there you go. There's the bed. We'll do it like a 3-long one, I think, just to make it look a little bit more substantial. So they put them in a cell. They let them think, you know, maybe I should tell them where he is. Maybe they really don't know where he is, but some of them obviously must do. And if after a while that they still don't tell them where they are, they then kill them. Or they then not kill them. Well, I suppose they would probably eventually kill them. They then move them into... where do I want... Yeah, there. They then move them into the torture chamber. And in the torture chamber, they then pry out information from them, cutting off fingers, cutting off toes, pulling their arms, you know, proper evil torture stuff. I can't believe that we're building something so evil in Minecraft. It's probably not the greatest thing to talk about, if I'm honest with you. You guys love it, I know you do. Alright, what else would you have in a prison cell? Not much. You wouldn't really want much, and I've got a toilet and a bed. I think that's pretty sufficient for a prison. I think we'll close these up. I'll have one of them, 2 of them open. I'll have that one open and this one open, just for artistic flair. And then in the other ones, we'll put in some villagers. In that one, in all the closed ones. In that one, and in that one. Perfect. Are they 3 different ones too? Oh no, 2 of them are farmers. That's okay. I'm okay with that. No! Of course! Why didn't I think of that? Because they're acacia, they obviously can just open the doors. Man. Oh, I can't believe I'm so stupid. Alright, we are going to have to go with those. Unless we blocked up the door. I really like the acacia ones. No, I think what we're going to do is I'm actually going to block them up. You're going to have to put that there. And then that there. And that will just block up the door enough. Haha. That'll just block up the door enough that it can't actually be open. Or they can't walk through. They'll be able to open them probably. Where did he go? Yeah, I think they'll be able to open them up. They just won't be able to actually get out. They might not even be able to open them as soon as they're a block away. Did he fall down here? Yeah, he did. Oh, thank God I found you. Time to put you out of your misery, little villager. No, not trade with you. Ah! There we go. Okay, I need to put another villager in there, don't I? That was the one that was missing. Maybe I'll get a different one. I got a white one. Okay, so I don't know if they'll open them. We'll just have to wait and see. I don't really mind if they open them. They're not going to get out, and they're only going to open them temporarily. And then they usually close them back up again anyway. But let's grab some cobblestone stairs to come around here. I think I want to put... Well, what is below here? Is this the actual... It is the actual roof to this place, isn't it? Yes, it is, yeah. This is the actual roof. So there is a few things that we can actually do. Where's that block? Is it in here? Yeah. There's a few things that we can do to possibly make this floor a little bit more interesting. We could use slabs. We could make a pattern on the ceiling of that dining room below. That will obviously be shown on the floor of this room. That wouldn't be difficult to do either. We can use carpets. It doesn't look terrible, but maybe we should. Let's go below. If I just put 4 blocks in of a different color, let's do like 4 blocks in this black. Oh no, that's like a brown, isn't it? I don't like how that actually looks. Maybe in red. And then we could do like one here, just as a test. There, and oops, and there. And on that, it would go to there. That's pretty good, apart from that one isn't in line with that one. Mind you, that's not too much of a problem. Okay, yeah, no, we can fix that. We'll go there to there. And then we can do pretty much any pattern in here that we want, and it'll make a really nice ceiling for the room below. Now, do we want the torture room? Do we want a wall to the torture room, or a door into the torture room from the prison? I think so. What we're going to do is we'll come out here, come out this way, and around there, just so that little entrance is still available. And then we'll put that one there. Take that one away. That makes a nice even 3-wide doorway to go in there. That's wasted space. We don't need it though, so I might as well block that up. And then on this side, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to run it along here. We don't want a door, though, from here into what will be the master bedroom, though, do we? Even if we extend the master bedroom out to here and there as well. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out, the shape of that. I think this is a pretty good size for the prison itself. Let me get the walls up. Let me get a ceiling on, and then we'll be able to carry on for a little bit longer, okay? I'll be back. Okay, nearly done here. It looks pretty good, I think. So this is what it looks like for the floor up here. I put a nice netherrack roof on. It was looking a bit light in here if we used any other colour. So the netherrack or the nether brick, sorry, makes it a lot darker, a lot more evil in here. People have been asking me why haven't I used netherrack in this build. Just reasons are just because it's used so much out here that it's more of a terrain block. You know, it's the equivalent to dirt in the overworld, isn't it? So if you make a house out of dirt in the overworld, it looks really weird because it's made out of the terrain. And I think it's going to be the same if we used netherrack on the inside. It'll just look like you've used dirt on the inside. Do you know what I mean? It's a little bit complicated. But anyway, from below, this actually looks a lot better. There was a lot of comments from this episode saying that it would look better if there was a design on the roof, on the ceiling here. And you're right, it now looks a lot better. This room looks very, very grand, in fact, very, very fabulous. And it doubles up, obviously, as the floor up here, which is wonderful. And it still looks really, really cool. Also, the villagers haven't opened these doors. I haven't heard a single door open, which is great. It means they're working exactly how we want them to. Anyway, let's do a little table. And it only needs to be a little table. We can make it out of quartz, in fact, for the guard. So we'll have something like no, netherrack. No. No, yeah, quartz. And then we'll do a netherrack chair for the guard chair itself. So that goes in there, and then we get a nice netherrack stair. I've got a fly crawling on my arm. Get off me. Going there, and we might as well, for a little bit of detail, we're going to put a Steve head here. It's like the last one that didn't confess to knowing where Steve was. I think it looks pretty cool. And a dead bush, maybe, just to make it a little bit more friendly in the area. So we'll put that down like that. There we go. There's some home truths. Alright, it's still a little bit bland in here. What else would we want in a prison? I've never been to prison in real life, so I don't really know what's in them. What else would be in a prison? Splash. I'm pretty stumped. We might have to leave this room blank or like this for a little bit until I get your ideas, because obviously you're better than me at coming up with little ideas in here. I'm not really too much of an interior guy. I have enjoyed this interior, but I don't do it all that often. We can dress these walls up a little bit to look a little bit more interesting. They look very, very flat at the moment. I think we'll have slabs probably on top and below the glowstone in this room. We haven't done it on both, I don't think, yet. So I think this will be a very, very nice addition. Thank you. I wouldn't place there for a minute. And this will also make the fill up a little bit the gaps in the room as well and make it look a little bit more busy. And I might put slabs along the top as well. I just looked up there to see how the walls hiccups join to the ceiling. It struggles to go on that block and here. Can you hear that? I'm clicking. There we go. You just got to get it right in the right place. It seems like there's a... I know there's stairs, which is probably why. There must be something with the stairs, but that looks good. And then I'm thinking, maybe with quartz. Use quartz slabs to run around the edge here. It will bring a little bit of light into the room, but it'll also act as like a coving from the wall to the ceiling, so you don't get that sort of straight square edge. And I think we'll come around here as well with it. And that's going to make it look very, very nice. Very, very, very nice. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Very, very nice. Okay, what else would we have in here, though? Do you reckon... this might sound a little bit weird, but do you reckon we could build a skeleton in blocks? Not very easily, are we? If we done it like... Let's just try it out here for a minute. If I done that for the legs... That for the arms. No. Not a very good one. I just thought it'd be quite interesting if we could make a skeleton. That could be quite funny. Fence gate for legs. And then upside down stair for the body. How am I going to do this? Like, ooh, there. There. Nope. Like that. So it's like shoulders. And then if I could get levers on there or tripwire hooks. But they don't go on there, do they? Should we use a full block then? It'd just be really cool if we could make skeletons to go along the sides. Like that. It looks like a little mini ghast. In fact, this is like a little mini ghast. Baby ghasts. Oh, that's pretty funny. Anyway, no, I don't like that idea. Just trying to think of things that we can put along these walls here, but I really can't think of anything. And then this is where the torture chamber will be. Now, what I want to do is I actually want to have this lighter block as the floor in here for one reason and one reason only. If we have a nice light block as the floor, we can do what we done in the kitchen and use redstone for blood. And if we use netherrack as a floor in here, I don't think that the blood would really show up that well on it. It wouldn't look that good, but at least on here you can very clearly see redstone on it. It's a very nice clean block for it. I do like that we finally got to see the what would you call them, like the little porches that we have that you can walk out onto now. That's pretty cool. I really do like the sound of that. Alright, excellent. So we are pretty much ending it here, I think. If you guys have any ideas for both this torture chamber, like torture chambers, maybe even using a little bit of redstone if you fancy. If you have an idea with that, I think we want to use a little bit of redstone if possible. Maybe you've got an idea that is just a static one. And also, obviously, like I've said already, ideas for the actual prison section. Any sort of wall details or anything like that that might look good. Maybe just skeleton heads on the walls would look good. Maybe that's an idea that we could try. Oh, that's running out. Maybe that's an idea that we can try just before we end off here. But at least we've got this floor down ready for next episode. We can go pretty much as high as we want here. There's no porches that we need to keep open for. So this ceiling can be higher than in there. meaning that we can have some larger torture devices if we want to, or at least locations to be able to hide redstone up in. But yeah, so let's have Steve heads and skeleton heads, because they're more human in here. And I'm thinking about placing them on here and just doing like let's face them forward though. No, not really. I'm spacing them out every other block, but I'm trying to randomize what goes after each other. I don't want like one skeleton head, one Steve head, one skeleton head, one Steve head. I'm trying to sort of to randomize it out a little bit. Like the Steve head ones are fresh. The skeleton ones are ones that have been there for a little while, so they're going a little bit, or they've lost their skin. That's pretty cool. But yeah, they're all human ones, which is great. Item frame with the key to the cells. Yeah, that looks like a little cell key. So that's where the cell keys are. Yeah. I like that. I like that. I can't think of anything else that we would have in the prison section. Not in the other place, but in the prison one. Maybe some we haven't really used too many spider webs on this one, but maybe in these open ones we can put some spider webs down. People will be saying, why haven't you been using spider webs? The reason why I haven't been using spider webs is because this isn't meant to be a run-down building. It's meant to be working fully. Do you know what I mean? It's meant to be used every single day. So there wouldn't really be cobwebs here. Especially seeing as though there isn't spiders in the nether. That's another point, I suppose. But majority-wise, just because I don't think that I want it run down. But prisons, I think that would make sense to have a few cobwebs in it. I tell you something. I just saw an idea that we have in the other rooms that we could add in here potentially. Hoppers, and then set them on fire. To look like the sort of wall fires that we have. If we take that one and that one away, take that one and that one away, put it on there and on there, set fire to these, got shift click on them. Oh, I tried to jump to that side to do it. There we go, that makes it look really cool. But that's about it that I can think of. I don't know if we even want any more, if it's necessary. Now we've got the flooring and the heads, it actually looks a lot more fuller than it did before anyway. But if you have any ideas, be sure to let me know in the comment section below. Apparently I've counted these out wrong. 5 on that side, 6 on that side. You guys are right. Yeah, I saw this. There's 5 there, but 6 here. Which probably means that I've got a length wrong. This is 5 blocks. 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's so hard to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, and the bushes are wrong too, aren't they? Oh, shoot. I've done an awful lot wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that's really confusing. That in the middle here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So one of the doors are wrong then. 5 blocks. 5 blocks. 5 blocks, yeah? 5 blocks. Something's out, and I don't know what. But something definitely isn't lined up. Oh well, I'll have to figure that out off camera. I'm sure I'll do something. And I'll neaten up those bushes. I saw in the comments that apparently one of the bushes weren't even on one side to the other. But I couldn't for the life of me figure out which one it was. Because we've got a few plants here. But now I know I need to move that one to there. And then that'll sort that out. But I don't know why this is an odd number. That's a very strange occurrence. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed the episode, hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We shall see you in the next episode. Bye!